All right, let's speak about Python. Python is a coding language. It is one of the most used coding language today, and one of the most simple one. There is another one which is which is too simple too, which is called MATLAB, but it costs $300 per year, which is expensive, and Python is free. So it much more easier for us today to use Python, and Python has Django. And Django contains multiple libraries which we use a lot. So first of all, let's start with a simple example, which is print. Let's say, for example, we want to print on our computer any code, anything. Let's say I want to print hello world. So what I'm just writing is print hello world. And when I will run this, it will just print me hello world. After that, I want to print line. I write lines, and it prints lines. I want to print my father name. I write Amos, and it prints Amos.
Excuse me.
Yes.
The screen is all black again. Could you pause and restart screen sharing?
Of course.
Thank you.
How about now?
Still looking the same.
Still looking the same. All right. Still black?
Yeah, still black.
All right. So let's.
Oh, yeah, now it's working. It's working. Thank you.
All right. So if you didn't see it, this is print. If you want to print something, you just write the name print. Inside, you write what you want to print, and it will print it. So now let's speak about conditions. What is a condition? Here in our example, I just want you to see the colors. I don't know why, but here we have a condition called if. And what if does, it looks at the statement you write. So in my statement, I wrote if 1 is bigger than 2. If 1 is bigger than 2, it gives me, it prints 5 is a greater than 2. But if it doesn't, then it goes to else and prints no, it is not. All right? So here I just, if 1 is greater than 2, which is isn't. So what it will print me is no, it's not. Now, for example, let's say I write 5. What it will print me? Can anybody tell me what it will print?
Hello world.
So hello. Yeah, I actually. All right. So it won't print hello world. It will go to the statement, and then it will see if 5 is greater than 2. If it is, it will go to the statement down below. In the statement down below, it's telling us to print 5 is greater than 2. But if it isn't true, if 5 isn't bigger than 2, it will print no, it is not. So in our example here, 5 is greater than 2. So it will go to our statement down here, and it will print 5 is greater than 2. Again, let's say I put 0. What it will print now? Can anybody tell me? Someone?
No, it's not.
Great. Anybody has any question? All right. I recommend to close the screen so we will have a better connection. So if you want to put it on still, you can put it, but I just recommend because this way we won't have any problems with the connection. All right, so we spoke about if, we spoke about print, let's speak about variables. So variables are just things we use to save stuff. What do I mean by that? let's say I have the number, I use a variable x, and I just write x is equal to 5. So what it will do, it will open a new information, and it will write x is equal to 5. And now, when I will use z is equal to x multiplied by 20, z will be equal to 100, right? Let's, all right. Let's continue. Now, I can even give a variable a name. For example, I give in y the name hello world. So now, when I will start, now let's say I want to print them. I will go to x, I will write print x. I will go to y, I will write print y, and I will go to z, and I will write print z. Can anybody tell me what it will print when I write print x?
5.
5. When I will write print y, what it will give me?
Hello world.
Exactly. And when I will ask print z, what it will print me?
100.
Exactly. All right. Does anybody here have any question up until now? All right, great. Let us continue. Now, let's say I want to write print y times 10. What it will do? Y isn't a number. Y is a word. So what it will do, it will just print hello world 10 times. It will write hello world, hello world, hello world. So if you're in detention and you want to save time, you just print it, use Python. Now, let us use another example. Let's say I want to print this letter, but 50 times. So instead of writing this letter 50 times, I just write this letter and multiply it by 50, all right? If you have any question, please ask it now about what happened. All right, let's continue. All right, so let's, for example, we have x, y, and z. This is a new way how to put variables. We have x, y, and z equals to orange, banana, and cherry. And what it will do, it just put x inside orange, y inside banana, and z equal cherry. So what will happen, x will equal to orange, y will equal to banana, z will equal to cherry. And when we will write print x, it will print orange. When we will write print y, it will print banana. And when we will write print z, it will print cherry. All right? And let's say I want to print orange, cap between them, and cherry. So what I will write is print x plus capital between them, and then y. And what it will do, it will print orange and cherry. Is it up until now? Any questions?
Yes, I have a question about those single quotation marks. What is that? The space in between supposed to represent?
It's supposed to represent space. If you want to write space between two
Okay.
variables, you just write plus, space, and plus.
Okay. Same thing up there where it says print and then it has a single quote and a hyphen and times 50. You just want to put a hyphen 50 times, huh?
Yes, but you have to put
Uh,
multiple.
but that's not like for a string, because I've noticed for a string you're using double quotations, or does it not
Yes,
matter?
yes, of course. Good questions. Um, because this is a one string, and it is a sign, like a use of sign. We only use one, but in a string, we use two. We use this way in string, and on one, we just write one. This is a good question. Thank you for asking it. Did you understand it now, the answer?
Yeah, so it's for special characters where you use that, or just a single character.
For single characters, we just use one, and in string we use two.
So if it's just the letter A, it would just be A in single quotes, huh?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So we have here orange, banana, and cherry. X will go to orange, Y to banana, and Z to cherry. Now a new example. X is equal to Y, which is equal to Z, which is equal to orange. What will happen? X and Y and Z, all of them will be equal to orange. So when I will write print X, it will print orange, same as I will write print Y, and same as I will write print Z. Let's speak about types, all right? So we have here, so in Python, to save space, we use types. And when we will use, for example, X is equal to 5. 5 doesn't have any decimal point after it, it's a whole number. For example, 5.5 isn't a whole number. So the type of 5, which is a type of whole numbers, will be int. So so b, which will be equal to the type of x, b will be equal to 8. And when I will write print b, it will just print me int. Okay? This is because 5 is a whole number and doesn't have any decimal point and number after it. Here, let's say we want to change x. We call x 5.2456. It isn't an int anymore. Int is when whole numbers. When we don't use whole numbers, we use double. Double contains more space and can contain not a whole numbers. And if you're asking why I don't always use double, because double can be for a whole number and not a whole number. The answer is when you want to save space. When you have only whole numbers and you want to save space, there is no need for a decimal point. So you just call it all int. Now b will be the new type of x, will be double. And when we will write print b, it will print us double. I'm very sorry you can't see what the prints, but don't worry, in our next session, I will fix my computer or I will use a new computer, another type, and I will be able to show you everything that we did today. All right, up until now, anybody have any question? All right. Let's see our next one. Here we are speaking about strings. We have here print double, how you call it?
Hyphen.
FN?
Hyphen.
Hyphen. So I have here a double hyphen. I will print double hyphen, then I will x equal to Amos, and b is equal to the type of x. The type of x is a string. First of all, this isn't correct. It must be this way. The type of x is a string. So when I will print b, it will just print me string. So what this will give me, it will give me double hyphen, then it will give me string, and then it will give me a double hyphen again, right? So up until now, is there any more questions? All right, great. Let's speak about range. Let's say x is equal to range 6. What does it mean? X is equal to range 6. X now will be equal to all the numbers between 1 to 6. It will be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when I will print x, it will just print me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? This is range. Now let's speak about for. For is when I want to do a simple command and I want to do it again and again and again. I just write for. Now let's say for is equal to for I in range 6. What does it mean? range 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I in 6, it just go number by number. What it will do now? Now it will go I first will be 1, then I will be 2, then I will be 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. So first time it will be 1, it will go inside the 4, inside the 4 is print I. So what it will print 1. Next, I will be equal to 2, the print will print 2, up until 6. So what it will print me, it will print me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there any question? It isn't an easy subject to understand. So if you have questions, you are more than welcome to ask. All right. Now, let's speak about a new variable. And when we spoke about int and double, it has its own name. Here, it doesn't have its own name. And the reason for it is because we can change a variable. What do I mean by that? We have here x. X contains name, which is John, and age, which is 36. When I will print x, it will print me the name, which is John, and it will print me the 36, which is the age. Now, for example, I want to print only John. So what I write is print x, and inside I'm asking only for the name. So it will go for x, it will go for the name, and it will print it. So it will print John. Now I want to print only the age. So I print x inside age, and it will print me 36. But now, why I don't call it by a certain name? Because I want to change it. For example, I want to add something into x. Let's say I want to put country. So what I will write is x country Ivory Coast. So how will x look? X will look like this. This is how now x will look. And when I will be asking print me please x, it will print not only the first thing, it will also print me what I just installed, which is the Ivory Coast. Okay? I can change it, I can edit it, and this is a useful and very important to understand and to remember.
Is that a form of array for Python or what?
No, this isn't a form of array, because array can only have, if you create an array, you can only create an array for numbers or strings. Here we have age, which is 36, which is a number, which is int, and we have a string, which is Ivory Coast. Okay?
So what do you call that item?
It's just a new, it's called direct, but it doesn't have really a name, because you can edit it and you can change it whenever you want. So it's just a way to a new way to create a variable, which will contain a couple of things. It won't contain only one thing. All right, let us continue. This will be the last example for today. Do you want to stop now, or do you want to do this example?
Let's continue.
All right, I will continue. I actually enjoy it. Let's say we have here x. Same here, but here x will be apple, banana, and cherry. X, what I'm doing now, because x is only strings, it will be an array, all right? An array which contains apple, banana, and cherry. So now if I want to print X, it will print me apple, banana, and cherry. Now let's speak about float. I told you about double. Now I will tell you about float. Float is the biggest way to contain a number. Let's say I have 1.1 up to 1,000,000 times, 11111. The best way to contain it is using float. But with float, when I will ask to print it, it won't only print me 1 if I'm using a whole number. It will print me 1.0. So for example, we have x equal to 1. When I will ask to print x, it will print me 1.0. Now for our next example, we have y equal to float 2.8. Again, it will print me 2.8. Now for our example, let's say z will be equal to 3. What it will print me? Here, it will give me an error. And the reason for it, because float contains number. And here we are putting a string. We are putting the string 3. When we add this sign, it's making it a string. Now 3 will be called a string. And when I will ask print me z, it will print me a string, an error, because it can't contain a string inside it. All right? So what we are going to do next time, we're going to talk about fruit and loop, about for. We are going to talk about breaks, and then we will start our most important thing, which is classes and inheritance. All right? When you will, in the future, when you will write in Python, one of the most thing you will use is inheritance and class. So if you want to understand it, but really understand it, I recommend you that for our next time, you will go about what we did today. And if you have any question, you have my mail, and I think you have even my number. So feel free to call me and ask me. Another tip, if you can all go to Academy City. And inside Academy City, let's say now we are on chapter 4, which is Introduction to Python. We have here in our recommendation 2 videos which are really great about introduction in Python, which is telling you what you need to know. So if you want to go, if you don't understand something or you want to understand it even further, you can always go inside Academy City and open it. Here we have our examples inside here. We have a video which my father made, is Introduction into Python, which spoke about everything we spoke today, which I recommend you actually watch. I really recommend you to watch it. And here we have an online auditor. So if you want to write any code, you write it and it will open this window. And in this window, you can write your code and execute it.
Hano,
Yes.
are you describing the same screen of PyChart? Because we don't see other screens.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Are you sharing the screen of the PyCharm?
I shared my screen of Academy City. You saw blank?
Yeah, we didn't see that. You were talking, we didn't see what you were pointing
I'm
at.
sorry for that. Let me stop the share and I will open a new share. I'm sorry for that. All right, my fault. Now you can see?
Now, yes.
All right, so I'm here in Academy City. This is our course, Framework for Software Engineering. And inside here, we are on chapter 4 now. We are Introduction into Python. We are on Basic Knowledge. If you will open Basic Knowledge, it will open this window. And on this window, you can see a couple of stuff. First of all, you can see what the chapter is about. Recommendation, which are 2 great videos I recommend you to watch. And here is another recommendation. Here is what we did today. Here is a video my father made about the introduction into Python. You are free to watch it. It will tell you he's doing everything we did today. So if you have any question about today and you don't feel comfortable in asking me, you can always watch this video and it will answer your questions. Up until now, is there any questions? I will open the view.
Hanoch,
Yes.
we use, I see that you use hashtags, sometimes doubles, sometimes singles.
All right. So when you use hashtag and you run to your computer, what it will do, it will just go over it. It won't touch it. But if you write double hashtag, it does the same thing. It does. There is no difference. I think it was a typo when I used the double hashtag. My fault. There isn't a difference between using one hashtag and two hashtag. But what hashtag does, when you write hashtag, the code doesn't read it. So next time I will show you all the runs, and when it will run hello world, because there is hashtag, it won't read it. So it won't print hello world.
Okay, I get you.
So your question?
Yeah. And what if you want to
Yes.
turn off like a block of code, not just one line? Does that hashtag?
All right,
Is
so
there another way to
faster
comment it?
way, and I will show it to you next time because I have trouble with my computer here. There is a faster way, a much more faster way. This is how I did all of this. I didn't use just hashtag for each line. There is actually a syntax you can use with your computer to do it. But because I have a problem with my computer today, I won't be able to show it to you, but I promised I will show it to you next time, all right?
Okay.
All right.
So I will stop the share now. I will upload the recording into Academy City. I recommend watching my father one, which is in Academy City. And that is all for today, all right? Even the crickets. So, all right, so goodbye for now.